Two.
Check one,
All
two.
right.
Are we?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think mic levels are good.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, folks, welcome to our first very special extra content Patreon show. Adam tickled us all with a feather and said he was going to tell us about this Ecuadorian girl, and he was going to do positions, and he was going to tell us how
Well,
her
we
pussy.
still will do that. I
Right. So
think. I
next
think we will
week we'll
still
get
do
to that.
that.
But Adam, we're at the comic strip right now on 81st Street and 2nd Avenue, in good old New York, on the Upper East Side. And Adam was going to tell us a story, but he kind of came in here, run a little late, and he said, "I something happened to me." So in about a second or two, I'm going to give Adam the floor, and this is our Patreon bonus content. And take it away, Adam. What happened?
All
What's
right.
going on?
Let me just preface this by saying this is really fucking stupid,
Sure.
and I can't believe that I'm upset about this.
Okay.
But we're friends,
We sure are.
and it was just I was so fucking pissed about it.
Did I do something wrong?
No, not you, not you.
Oh,
not
okay,
you.
okay. Jeez.
No. But I felt like,
Like we're breaking
maybe
up.
maybe it'd be good for me to just talk about it,
Yeah, sure.
and then that can be cathartic. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, Yeah.
And being that this is a Patreon show,
Sure.
I'm okay admitting what I'm about to admit because
Okay.
it's so fucking stupid.
Okay, go ahead.
But I wouldn't maybe necessarily be open to for the iTunes show. More people
No.
hear that, you know.
All right, Senator.
All right, so
Spit it out.
so this is what happened. Now this is and now you're no stranger to chasing skirt. When
No.
you were a single man, I would imagine you
Oh,
probably went
yeah.
through a lot of this kind of stuff.
For sure.
Okay, chasing ladies,
Uh-huh.
getting numbers and
Sure.
dating, the
Yep.
whole rigmarole,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I'm not like a huge fan of, but it's just a thing that you have to deal with. So it goes back to 3 years ago.
Wow.
This is 3 years in the making. And I think that's why it pissed me off. But a gal,
Yep.
it was a customer of mine.
Okay.
At
At the coffee place.
yeah, at the coffee place. That I met, was immediately very attracted to.
Right.
And
I'm guessing she was an overweight black girl.
no, she's like a very actually fit Colombian girl.
Oh, that sounds good.
You know, I have a type, and
Well, yeah. It's very yeah.
right, and
Uh-huh.
but beautiful.
Sure.
And probably a little out of my league.
Okay.
Okay, let's just say
No,
that
can't be.
she's like seems like a well put together kind of businesswoman.
Okay.
But like my age,
Okay.
even a little younger. And basically, I was in a relationship at the time,
Sure.
but I just thought I'm just gonna kind of throw it out there and see if anything sticks.
Sure. Okay.
Didn't ask her out or anything like that. Didn't really cross any lines, but just flirted with her.
Sure. Okay.
And she kind of was like going for my particular brand of bullshit.
Sure.
Okay, and so I was like, holy shit, I couldn't believe it. You know,
Sure.
that she was kind of, or seemed to be, going for it.
Yep.
And let's see, this is over like the course of a few years. I kind of would run into her
Good
here
Lord.
and there, and
This is like the Notebook.
yeah, I know, right? This is epic, and it
Uh-huh.
all ended this morning,
Uh-oh.
and that's why I wanted to talk to you about it.
Sure, please.
So I run into her one last time. This was last summer. Okay. And ran into her at a clothing store.
Okay.
She was in front of me in line,
Okay.
and
What were you doing in the clothing store? Like women's and men's clothes?
it
Or-
was they had both. They had both.
I bet better.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
shopping for
You were-
Spanx.
yeah, you were buying a slip.
Yeah. So and she's in front of me. She's paying for a thing,
Right.
and then she like out of the corner of her eye maybe sees me and turns around and goes, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey." And now at this point, I was in a dying relationship.
Right.
Like I was really fucking
Ready for the whole thing to be over.
ready for the whole thing to be over, and she went and did like an exchange. Like she was like looking around in the store for
Sure.
something else. I paid for my merchandise, and as I walked out, I had a sort of a moral, little like ethical struggle because
Sure.
I was like, I shouldn't be talking to this girl. I'm interested, very interested. I'm in a relationship,
Sure.
and I chose to not talk to her.
Okay.
Okay, even though in my head this whole time, I've just been thinking, just fucking throw it out there because then at least you'll know. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you just bought your shit and left.
Bought my shit and left, and that was the last opportunity that I had to talk to her.
Okay.
Really, that
Okay.
was last summer.
Okay. All right.
And so then.
By the way,
so
pardon
go
me.
ahead. Go ahead.
We just lost 7 Patreon members. I just looked on our website. There,
Right.
So all right. So you left the unisex.
Thank you for
clothing
letting me
store.
work this out, people.
No, keep
by
going,
the way.
buddy. Keep going.
Um,
We're here for you.
but you know, people like real. They like real stuff.
This is real stuff.
It's real stuff. So so then I don't see her for a long time. I break up with my girlfriend.
Sure.
And then I thought, like, God, it would be great if I ran into her again, but I
Do you
don't
ever-
really see her anymore.
Do
She
you have
never
her number or anything like that?
didn't
Okay.
didn't have her number. Didn't even know.
Her name?
I had an idea of what her name was, but it had been so long ago. She introduced herself to me 3 years ago,
Okay.
and you know, this is a person I see like 2-3 times a year,
Periodically.
periodically.
Sure.
So until one morning,
Yeah.
not long ago, in Queens, I'm at work and I'm flicking through Tinder.
Oh boy.
Okay, and this is a little tip too. I want to give a little tip to
Ooh,
maybe
Tinder tip.
young people out there, people dating,
Or old people.
or old people, whoever. If you're out there, the nice thing about Tinder and apps like that, super popular ones, are even if you're not on there. Well, I mean, you're on there obviously to look around, but the nice thing about it is you can see people that you already know, and you pretty clearly can see what their status is, because you're not going to be on an app like that if you got a man
Or a gal.
or a gal, or
Sure.
you're at least willing to, cheat on your husband or something.
Yeah, that's like what's that one? I think Ashley Madison.
right?
All right.
So I'm flicking through Tinder and I see her.
Oh, dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Right. Okay.
So then I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy.
And does it say single?
Well, she's on Tinder.
Okay.
So yeah, she's single, but
All
it's
right,
just
dumb
her
question.
name and her picture and her age. And by the way, she's age appropriate. Just so you know, she
Like
was like
35,
30. She's like 32.
That's age
It's
appropriate.
age appropriate,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Or something,
Yeah.
30 something in there, in her 30s. And so I'm like, holy shit. I pretty much ignore, the fact that it's Tinder. I'm not going to try to contact her on Tinder. I'm just going, great, now I know what her status is. So if I see her,
Right.
it's going to be great. I can ask her out. Confidently.
But you wouldn't do it through.
I didn't want to do it through because it's already somebody I knew. I felt weird about
You
that.
don't need no stinking robot.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, but her Instagram thing is on there.
Oh.
So then I follow her on Instagram,
Okay.
and so
Now,
now I know what her name
Back
is.
it up for the older people that listen to this
sure.
show, for our Patreon members.
Mhm.
If you follow someone on Instagram, does it notify them that someone
It
new is following
D-
them?
It does, and I kind of hoped maybe she would see me and remember or something like that.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, this is a girl that I thought I was like, I think she's maybe at least open to the idea of going out with me, right?
All right. All right.
So.
What are you, 15?
My whole fucking thing is, this whole story is that I'm fucking 15.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to work out.
Sure,
I think
sure.
I think I'm actually paying you for this
Fair
at this
enough.
point.
Do you want to lay down on
If
one of these
anything, we're
chairs?
even, but I might actually pay you.
And how does that make you feel?
So, where were we?
In
So we're on
Tinder,
Tinder. We're on Tinder.
fo-
we're on
Instagram, you
Tinder,
follow
we're on
her.
Tinder. And so then, I
Yeah.
just wait. Because I'm like, well, I'm going to run into her eventually. I run into her periodically. We used to live in the same neighborhood. She lives close to where I work. I'm like, I'm going to see her, probably eventually.
Sure.
Then this morning,
Uh,
I'm going, I'm walking onto the train, walking
Yeah.
into the
the
turnstile.
old G train, I'm
We,
guessing?
I swipe.
Um,
No, this is in Astoria.
Okay, R.
The N train.
Okay.
We're
Very important detail.
we're yeah. I'm swiping my card.
Uh-huh.
And I see out of the corner of my eye, she looks over at me,
Right?
and we're like, hey. And now, granted, this is not a girl that I think even probably knows my name
Uh-huh.
at this point. So I didn't necessarily expect much. I just expected like, oh, hello, and how have you been, or whatever. I'm greeted with a big smile
Okay, good.
and a hug.
A hug.
A hug.
Nice.
Right? So I'm like, holy shit. wow. Well, I'm like, I wasn't expecting like
Okay,
a
so
warm
far,
because
so
I don't
good.
know her that well,
Okay,
right?
we're doing
All
great
right,
so far.
then we're walking, we're going on the train.
Did you take the train together?
Yeah, we took the train. So we're walking onto the platform. We're waiting on the platform. We talk. We took the train together, and then just as I'm about to get off at my stop, I'm like, "This is a real fucking stupid thing." And another tip:
Ugh, I'm getting douche
make sure.
chills.
Well, listen, I'm trying to draw the story out so that it's a full
Wow,
thing.
By the way, you are drawing the story out. By the
yeah,
way,
a little bit of fuzz there.
Thank
Well,
you.
because if I just blow the fucking ending
No,
and then
there's no harm of. There's no
and then,
fear.
then we got a 5-minute thing. You know
Fear.
what I mean?
No fear of that. You're doing.
Okay.
You are
All right.
stretching this out. You're doing great.
I'm trying to filibuster
I'm
here.
on the edge of my seat.
All right, so we we're on the train, and then so I'm about to get off, and then I say, I'm about to get off. So, anyways, great to see you. Maybe we could grab a drink sometime.
Okay. Oh, you threw it right out
And
there.
Right out there, not knowing she was also getting off at the same fucking stop.
Okay, it's fine.
Stupid amateur move. Don't do that.
All right. Okay.
So, I
So you're saying you should have said to her right before, "Where are you getting off?"
I should have said. I guess maybe. Yeah, I probably should have said.
What's
I'm
your
about to-
stop, baby?
Yeah, baby.
Berber.
So I say, yeah, well, cool. Well, give me your number, and then she puts her number on my phone.
That's
and-
cool.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So far, so
Which, by the
good.
way, also creepy side note. Have you ever put somebody? Well, you're blind,
ahead,
so
go
it's
ahead,
harder.
go ahead.
But you put somebody puts their number in your phone, and their name comes up immediately now, and then it puts it in your contacts.
Yeah, It's a Big Brother.
Which is
The Illuminati
fucking
did
weird.
that. Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
It's the Jews.
Because I was I was like a little shaky on. Anyway, so it was weird. It was weird. But what I'm saying is it helped me remember her name.
Which is first name only.
I'll say her name is Marcella. I can say it.
Yeah,
It's like
Marcella.
there's a closed circuit.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, especially after this story.
So
Yes.
so
So Marcella
then-
gives you her number.
so then
Hold on. You jumped over an important part of this.
Okay.
You were on the train, and as you were getting off, you said, "Hey, can we get a drink?" And she goes, "Yeah, that sounds like a fun or something."
Yeah, she was like, yeah, cool.
And then you said, "Put your phone number."
I
in
said,
mine."
give me your number. She gave me
Okay.
her number.
And then was this on the platform of the train? Meaning
And then
you got off the
this
train.
is
to
we're
get-
on the car, and then she goes, "Oh, actually, I'm getting off here too." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Well,
You're like,
I
after
didn't
that,
need to be.
you're
So,
like after that drink, you're gonna get off.
oh well, no, I didn't say you want to get a drink now. This
I
was
know, I
at
meant-
9 in the morning.
I meant pussy. You heard
Oh,
pussy. Like get off, like
gotcha,
vagina.
gotcha,
Or, you know.
gotcha.
Hey,
All right,
hey,
so
okay.
I like that. I thought this was going to be cathartic, and you were going to help me. And
I'm
you're
helping
just
you. I'm
fucking
with
annoyed.
you. No, I'm not
And
annoyed at
like-
all. I'm pretending to be annoyed.
Okay, all
for
right,
the,
right.
For the, for the,
Yeah,
for
it's
the
helping.
listeners.
It's
Okay,
helping.
good.
Thank you
You're
so
doing,
much.
You're doing great.
I'm
So now you're on the platform.
So I'm on the platform, and whatever, I say goodbye. Good to see you. Whatever. I have to go on the uptown train. She's going on the downtown
so,
train.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what? Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So then we left it. Then I texted her
Yeah.
to say good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Like or sorry, good to run into you again
Okay.
and all that stuff. Totally ghosted me after that whole thing.
But she has your phone. You have your phone. You have her phone number. Maybe she could.
Yeah, but I mean, no, but it was like, because I also, when you follow somebody on social media, you can see, like, oh, they're doing all kinds of shit, but they're not returning your text message.
So
you know definitively when you're getting ghosted.
you're stalking
So
her
I-
on Instagram.
Well, no, I was just on Instagram anyways, and I was like, God, well, she. Anyways, I don't need to get into more detail, but you can. It's just interesting with technology now. You can tell that.
I think you're being
that-
dramatic, to be honest with you.
No, I think it's very I think it was just a matter of I
she
got the wrong signal for 3 years.
she gave you her correct phone number.
Yeah, she gave me her correct phone number.
She's probably a busy gal, and
She was like,
hit her back again and just be like, "Hey, what about
okay,
that
so
drink?"
you think I should do that? I should hit
Yeah,
her.
for
I mean,
sure,
I will probably
her-
say
look,
hi
I-
and
I-
whatever, but
I use when I dated, I would do the 3 strikes thing. You know what I mean? You do.
okay.
that
Well,
was your
this is
first
also
one.
why I wanted to talk to you about it because I kind of wanted your opinion and
You get your
and all
first
that.
one was that you didn't. When was it? This morning?
Yeah, this was this morning.
I mean, Adam, have you looked in the mirror recently? Like, so you think it back to you in 10 hours? Like, all of a sudden, you're thinking, like, what's wrong with her? Come on, like, she's
no,
like,
no, no,
give her
no.
a day.
I know, but I'm saying I
At best, you're her silver medal. You know, so just, I know. I'm being glib.
here's what
but-
here's how the way that I read it
Uh-huh.
was this is a girl that is used to probably getting hit on a lot
Okay.
and is too nice to, tell you to your face that she's not interested.
I say you
And
text her
then-
again tomorrow, and you go, "What are you, some kind of cunt?"
Okay,
With
that's a
like
great idea.
With like 4 question marks after that. It's just, No, I don't know. I mean, look, I had this girl when I was a much younger man named Hadria, and I was like, the girl was I mean, she was. I don't know. She was so hot.
Yeah.
And we ended up like. What did we end up doing? We hooked up one night, and we did a bunch of drugs, and then she actually like blew me while she lived in a little studio in Little Italy.
Mm-hmm.
A little
So far,
studio-
this is just like my story.
Yeah, right. But what happened is like blew me, and she was great. She was a lot of fun. This girl, and she was like really great. I remember like we got all coked up, and she was like, "I want to pop all your blackheads." So we went into the bathroom.
Okay.
And we were both naked, and girl had a rockin' bod. Sorry, what am I? I don't even know. Some guy that says bod. But and then I remember she was just squeezing my nose and extracting all these blackheads, and because I have lots of blackheads on my nose, I have more blackheads on my nose than would be at a Dougie Fresh concert.
Timely reference.
The kids still like Dougie Fresh. So my point is that, and then like we hooked up once again. And then this is before. This is how old I am. This is before like I didn't have a cell phone. But I was leaving her. I would leave her like those voicemail messages, and I would leave them again and again and again and again. I'd be
Oh
like,
my God.
"Oh yeah,
Really?
I just never gave up. I don't know because it kind of worked. Like I would see her out and about.
So
know?
you would your kind of angle when you were a single man was persistence.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Persistence with a underlying current of anger.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
See, I just
Well,
can't
you're too
work
nice.
that angle.
But if I were you, honestly, I mean, the anger thing I'm sort of kidding about, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's a big deal. So what?
I mean, I don't think part of the whole point of me telling you the story is
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not a big deal. It's fucking stupid.
But you clearly have had a couple of years, and this girl probably
But-
is really cute.
But
So
she's very cute,
right. Maybe
but I feel like I just should have known. I should have known
know
better.
How would you know better? She's just a girl.
I don't know. You got to just try. Here's the thing, and I wonder if maybe the lesson here is that, just throw it out there, and then you won't wonder for that long.
There's a movie with Julia Roberts called Notting Hill, and there's a great monologue where she goes, I'm just a girl and you're just a boy. So what you do is tomorrow. But if I were you, because you're a funny guy, I would text her tomorrow and be like, hey, I sent you a text about getting together, but I was scuba diving when I sent you that text.
Here's the
And-
thing: I didn't necessarily even send her a text about getting together because I'm leaving town
great
tomorrow.
seeing you.
So yeah, it
Okay.
was just kind of like, hey,
Well, then
good
when
to
you-
see you.
Dude, it's been
And
3 years in the making. I mean, if anything, you're being as aloof as she is being aloof. So maybe she's kind of like, this guy's.
but
fucking-
how am I being aloof?
Well, it's taking you 3.5 years to like even.
Yeah, well, I also feel like that's it's hard to explain that to somebody.
Start over new. I know life's
but-
different. When you get back from your trip, think of some kind of a funny tweet. Is she Colombian? Like has an accent, Colombian?
like a little bit. She's pretty American, but she's got like a little bit of an accent.
So maybe you go on Google Translate, think of something funny in English, and then copy and
In
paste
Eng-
it in Spanish,
Oh,
and then send it to her in Spanish.
Yeah,
And then just
yeah,
kind of
maybe.
come
Yeah,
on,
maybe.
come on hard 2 or 3 times, and if it doesn't fly, then fuck it. Like
Yeah,
you know, but
it's fine.
it's worth it. It's not stupid, but it's worth it to definitely like.
No, I would have even without this pep talk, I would have given it another shot.
Yeah.
Um,
And that you're gonna shoot her.
and then I'll have to murder her
Yeah.
because if I can't have her,
Yeah,
no one
it's-
can.
there you go. Right. You're all the same. Mother is right. You're all the same bunch of stupid cunts. Yeah.
Right.
So that's what
right,
I
right.
think Patreon folks and we agree that get back from your. Where are you going, by the way? I forget.
I'm just going to Minnesota to
Visit your folks.
visit my folks. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody good back there in the farm?
Yeah. It was actually since we're being fucking real here.
Yeah, sure.
Was supposed to be for my parents' 40th wedding anniversary.
But your dad is gay and he broke up with your mother.
Yes. But my dad had this like fucking random.
Medical.
He had pancreatitis.
Yeah.
Pancreatitis?
It's like a pancreas infection.
Yeah. And there were all these complications. And honestly,
Yeah.
they did an operation.
Okay.
They took him apart, and
Okay.
they just didn't put him back together right.
Really?
And so then he had to have another crazy emergency operation. and he almost died.
Oh gosh.
So now rather than like this big celebration, I'm
Right.
going back to just visit him in a hospital
To
bed.
say goodbye.
Yeah, hopefully not.
You imagine?
I mean, but it was like a major. It
Right.
was a major fuck up at a very prestigious hospital, and
Oh yeah, we're really sorry.
so boy, I just sure can't quite figure out where this.
I didn't have. I think my blood sugar was low, so I
the
put your
hose-
liver back in
We
your
forgot the hose clamp.
hose
Yeah.
clamp.
But it
Well-
was just so. I mean, it just goes to show there still is like human error that can happen when you go to fucking put somebody back together.
Oh,
You could
sure.
fuck up, and then something was draining into the wrong place, and it like.
Yeah, I just
So you know.
I just had lunch with my old boss, and during lunch he treated me to the entire play-by-play of his prostate cancer
Yeah.
operation.
Oh my God.
And he's like, yeah, it was a 5 and a 6 and a 7, and then they had to cut the whole thing out, and then they did another operation, so I can get an erection. It's not easy, but I don't. But nothing comes out when I come. I get the sensation, but I don't actually
wow.
come. But no radiation, and I mean, I'd say old people.
Damn.
Old people love to talk about their medical.
It seems like that's kind of where it goes
Yeah.
once you get to a certain age.
Yeah, I'm like
Are
45.
you? No, you're not quite at colonoscopy.
No,
age,
it's not,
right?
at 50. I think is when
Okay.
you start.
I mean,
to-
no, I do those. I'll do it cheap.
right. You have to go on YouTube, get a video. We put it on Mevo. That's a
Yeah.
that's a Patreon show.
Ooh, hey, we could Patreon a colon. I could probably learn how to
How hard
what
can
to
it?
what to look for.
I'd rather have you do it than
And
those
then,
guys
I mean,
in Minnesota.
And then even if we don't, yeah, right.
Yeah, I'd rather have
Never
you-
get
yeah.
a
Yeah, yeah. I always think if you want any kind of medical attention, you should go to New York. I feel like this is the best place. And I mean, they even have like
Well, have you heard of the Rochester Mayo? It's like a very famous,
Yes, sure.
facility, and obviously, if you're anywhere within striking distance, you go there. So they
Mhm.
sent him there because it's supposed to be like,
Rochester, New York.
no, in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
It's like a world class
Yeah, clearly.
facility. Well,
Right.
that's what I thought. Maybe he
Right.
like
the B
maybe-
team?
Yeah, like maybe he went to like the,
Right.
like
Right.
where the
This is Dr. Gerdip. He's going to be doing this for a couple
Right.
of weeks. How old is your
Right.
dad?
he is in his 60s. I know
So
that
he's not
much.
that old. I mean,
No,
you
he's not
know,
that old.
All right.
Mhm.
So will there be any kind of a celebration? Will you see any kind of family members?
I mean, nothing like what we were gonna do, but I'll see the family. I mean, it's good to just kind of. I was really just going to check in, see everybody,
right.
but it would have
Sounds
been.
like they're all doing great.
Yeah, it would have been great if because more like extended family would have come in for that.
Okay.
So you can kind of see everybody at one
Right.
time.
Well, I hope your dad does better, and I'm sorry to
Yeah.
hear about that. But it sounds like he's in.
I wanted to bring it down further.
You did great. So let's for our Patreon for our one Patreon member we have left. Thank you, Paul Dinnan. You're when you get back from your trip to Minnesota, what are you going 4, 5, 6, 7 days, something like that?
No, just till Monday.
Oh, it's a quick trip.
Yeah, just going for the
Okay.
weekend.
When you come
Mhm.
back, send her. I'm telling you, send her some funny text. You should do the thing where you make something funny in English and do it in Spanish and
Yeah.
send it to her in
I
Spanish.
kind of here's the thing. I kind of tried to go like funny this time. I mean, that's all I got. Like, so
Well,
I already sort of,
You know, for a guy that pulls girls out of like strip clubs and like you're
No, I'm a
fairly
total puss. I'm
You're
a
pretty-
absolute fragile. No, I'm actually. Here's the thing. Like, I'll be over this in like a couple hours, but.
but I think it's worth another pass. I think it's worth another.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was just confusing because when you think you have like such a fucking like solid green light
Well, you know.
to have to like put the brakes on, it's always very jarring. I'm
You-
sure you remember having that happen where you're like, Jesus Christ, like
Never,
how could I
no,
have ever?
Never, ever, ever. Well, I mean, I understand, but you've been on quite a streak. You fucked that 14-year-old. You had sex with the Ecuadorian from New Jersey, and you thought, all right, now
There's
here's
a couple
the third.
others in there too.
Oh, yeah, so I'm saying, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I think the hug and the big smile and the blah 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 blah. You should just come on hard a little bit. Just be like, hey, love to have a drink with you. Let's figure this out. All right.
Yeah.
You're like, I hope.
Yeah. No. Listen, I'm not. I will. I'll let you know how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah, we'll all-
No,
yeah,
I don't
another
see it.
Patreon.
I
And
don't
nobody
see it
who doesn't
going my way.
It's a
but-
Patreon.
Yeah.
I think I don't know why you're being so pessimistic. I think this could work out fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I did just mostly from being out there as long as I like from dating and kind of being in that
The wilds.
out in the wild, yeah.
Yeah, winter is
A feral boy.
That's you. You're like
um,
the kid from the
yeah.
Road Warrior. with
so
the-
you always kind of tend to go like negative, kind of you go like, okay,
yeah,
got
well,
it sucks when it's like a long form thing. That's not a thing that I will make. I won't make that mistake again.
all right. Well,
You know what I mean?
again, when you're back in town, think of something funny, but make it very plainly obvious. Be like, my girlfriend died, and I.
Well,
am
that's
on
the thing is she never knew I had a girlfriend.
Right, you don't wear like
She
a ring.
she thought I was just a guy that wasn't interested,
So maybe I think she's
or
you're
that like flirted with her but never like took it to that place.
Well, like I said, I think the best route is always a straight line is the best. To a you don't want to circumnavigate. Just be like, hey, let's get a drink. I think you're super cute, and I had a girlfriend before, and we broke up, and she kept the
Tell
baby.
her all that. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a
Yeah, she kept the
that might be a definite like
Yeah, she kept the baby
no
and
response.
she kept the baby, and now I'm out and about. So let's do it. And by the way, I need a place to stay. Right? My apartment flooded.
Oh
Just
my
make it really
God.
totally.
Just make
freaky.
it really.
I
make
think
it
the
really
the
weird.
hug is a good indication that girl.
Dude, I thought it was too. I thought I would get
also,
like in a
You didn't say anything to her. You're like, great seeing you. And it wasn't like you were like, what's she gonna respond? Great seeing you too. Like,
Yeah.
she got the message, and that's
usually
it.
what I mean. That's what people do when they're generally interested.
Nah.
I mean, like I've been through this a lot of times. That's always what people do.
Well, I think for some reason this girl knocked you back into like the rookie status or
She
something.
did. She
So-
did. Well, and I'm wondering though, because I like just ghosted somebody like a couple days ago.
You think it's karma?
I mean, no, I'm
Come
not
on.
wondering, but I just feel bad. Like, you have it coming, kind of.
That's karma.
but not like as one to one as you're talking, like karmically, but just sort of like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's a little more. It's more abstract than that, and less sort of like concrete. But
I also would say if she doesn't respond, you should start torturing her with text messages. But only like, I'm so alone. Why are you like? I made you so many I made you so many coffees, and this is how you
Right.
treat me.
right.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
All right, we should wrap it up because.
Oh boy. Oh, Chad Zumach's here.
Oh, good lord.
Oh
He-
my God.
Well, how do we get him? All right, everybody.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Patreon friends. We have a show coming up to Misery. We're about to tape a Misery Loves
Yeah.
Company, and that show is going to. That's free, so just go
Yeah.
to that Misery Loves Company. But you are the only people that are able to listen to what we just did. And so have a lovely weekend.
And I just wanted to say I'm really sorry that I had to do that on the Patreon show. I felt like I couldn't do the story justice though, the other story,
Yeah, right.
because I'm like
No,
in
you're-
a bummer mood.
Yeah,
So
well-
I wanted to save that for next time so I can,
Okay, so our next Patreon
what I mean?
show is
I
going to be,
promise.
which we will promote on the regular show.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the Ecuadorian
And
story.
we'll
so
tell a filthy story
filthy story.
that ends well.
Exactly, and not just a sad little man who waited too long for the girl of his dreams, and she didn't respond to him immediately, and so now he thinks
What
that.
if she texted me during this?
That'd
That'd be funny,
so
right?
Great.
Uh,
I'm telling you, you got to text her a lot.
Not gonna cross my
Yeah.
finger. You got to text her a lot.
Yeah.
I
You're
feel
the-
like that's a terrible idea.
Oh yeah, you're the queen of queens.
I'd like to
Kinda-
get other people's opinion on this.
Well, it's at Brian P. McCarthy
Yeah,
on
people,
Twitter and
let
in
us
direct
know what
message.
you think.
Adam at Adam Hineker.
A lot of tweets, a lot of text messages.
Wait, what is her Instagram? Can you tell us?
I'm not gonna. I
Oh,
can't
come
do that.
on,
I can't
what
do that.
oh, God, you're so
And I don't
gay.
know how to fucking spell it.
Oh,
It's long and
a lot of
ethnic.
umlauts or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a picture of her on your phone?
I do.
All
I
right,
do.
well,
I
I'll look
can-
at her in a minute then.
I-
Everybody, thank you for this. Brian McCarthy interview show, Brian McCarthy
Mm-hmm.
comedy, Misery Loves Company, and Compound Media, Burning Bridges. People have really been enjoying the shows on Burning Bridges, and there's lots of other content there. And I don't know. That's it. All right, we're done. Right? We good? Adam, you good?
yeah, we're good. All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.